Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Rickstad/Smith. I wanted to come on and give you a little bit of my story as I've had a few more followers lately, and I'm really trying to kind of help inspire and motivate people who may have gone through something similar to me or find a little bit of motivation in kind of what I've been through and how I've gotten through it. So I am a 32-year-old newly single mom of two, and I've always been into health and fitness. I've always been the 3-sport athlete, been active, all of that good stuff. But when I was growing up, I was always the big kid. I was 86 pounds in 2nd grade. I was always the biggest person, and I struggled from that point. In 2nd grade, my great grandma inadvertently paid me to lose weight. She would give me a quarter for every pound that I lost. And I remember in 2nd grade negotiating and trying to swap snacks with people because I would always have carrots so that I could make that money and I could make her proud and my family proud. And this was nothing against any of them, but that's just kind of how it was back in the day. Growing up, again, I was the big girl. I always wanted to be like everyone else, and I never was. And that's where I think I got some bad qualities. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to just be the girl who could wear the same shorts and the same shirts as everyone else, rather than having to go to Lane Bryant growing up, or having to go to the adult section. That's really all I wanted. And the girls, when you're growing up, they weren't necessarily mean to me, and I wasn't bullied, but I just never felt accepted or fitting in or anything of that nature. And in response to that, I decided that the way I was going to do it is because I'm going to be better than everyone else. I'm going to make everything perfect. I'm going to be better than you. I'll work harder than you. I will do one more than you. I will be better so that you have to accept me. Guess where that got me? A lot of places, some good, some bad. So with that, I became a very successful 3-sport athlete, basketball, volleyball, softball. But I also got into some bad relationships with myself. I developed a very severe eating disorder, and I found that my sense of self-worth was based off of my accomplishments. Nothing that was intrinsically me I loved. It was me being the valedictorian, me being on the varsity softball and volleyball teams as a freshman. It was me being this, me being that, me getting straight A's. It was all from these external stimuli to help me love myself rather than just loving myself who I was. I ended up quitting softball, which was my best sport, and I went to college for my worst sport, volleyball, but I loved it. More importantly, at that time, my eating disorder was pretty bad. My self-confidence was pretty bad. So I stayed at a college very close to home so that I could be near my parents, my support system, all of that good stuff. It was a private college, so as you can imagine, I'm paying for that right now. But at that point in time, I had, I had tons of friends, but I never felt like I fit in. I was never like the in crowd or have the people that like, you know what I'm talking about. And I played volleyball for a couple of years. I met my husband there. We were both in pretty bad areas of our lives, and we just kind of bonded because we both needed each other. Really, that was pretty much it. I needed someone to just love me. He needed someone to help guide him through things, and we had a great time, and we kind of just continued to check boxes moving forward. I started to grow a little bit more after college. I moved to Grand Rapids, and I went to PA school thanks to my sisters pushing and whatnot. And I started to kind of gain some confidence and some self-love for myself. I started with Les Mills workout program, so Body Combat and Body Pump, and I became a group fitness instructor. That's where I think things really started to change. I was surrounded by like-minded people who were all about self-love and all of that. And I started to really want to grow as an individual, conquer my eating disorder once and for all, and just help myself, help my spouse, help everyone that I could, because I realized how much you can change your body, how much that can change you inside if you put the right tools to the right purpose. So I did that from about 2010 to 2015, and then I had my first baby. And I went from doing a ketogenic diet to getting pregnant, and that was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. I gained probably 80 pounds. Yeah. And afterwards, did not come off at all. Postpartum depression. I had a colic baby who didn't gain weight, who screamed for 18 hours of the day. I was pretty much by myself the entire time because my husband was in grad school. I literally wanted to be like, what did I sign up for? I was so depressed. I wanted my body back because, you know, postpartum, nothing fit. You feel great because that baby's out, but nothing fits. So I started teaching once again, and I was gone 3 or 4 nights a week, 2 hours. I would take my son from regular daycare to gym daycare. He was gone for 12 hours a day. It just wasn't working. And then my best friend had her second baby who was doing the same thing as me, and she's like, dude, I'm getting these results 30 minutes at home. And I was like, okay, I'll do it with you, whatever, 21-day fix, I'll do it. We started running challenge groups and trying to become health and fitness coaches and inspiring other people. And we did great, and I did great, and I completely transformed my body. I transformed my mentality. I became more confident. I did a lot of personal development. And then I got hurt. And this is kind of, I think, where this story starts. And this is probably the most important story, but I just needed some backing up. Is I did a burpee and I herniated a disc. At the time, I didn't realize it. I rested for about 2 months, didn't really do anything, was still having some issues, but then I got pregnant, and then shit hit the fan. I was driving to Nashville for my 30th birthday, pregnant with my little girl Ellie, and all of a sudden I couldn't feel my right leg. I called my OB, and as always, they're like, oh, it's just baby, it's baby, it's baby. I'm like, this is not baby. I ended up being miserable for a good month and a half before anything happened. I woke up one day and I couldn't take it anymore. In the middle of the night that night, I had woken my husband up, and we woke our 2-year-old up at the time, and I made him take me to the ER, pregnant as a PA for pain meds. If that means anything to you, you should know that as a PA, you don't go to the ER for pain meds, particularly when you're pregnant, because you can basically only get Tylenol. I was done. I was miserable. I called into my new job where everyone hated me because I called in for 2 weeks. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. So finally, after a solid 2 months of saying, this is not normal, they did an MRI, and within 48 hours of the results, they said, you need emergent back surgery at 29 weeks pregnant. I did that. I was off work for 6 months. I had my beautiful baby girl with any complications. My back felt great. But oh my gosh, guys, I'm telling you, being the main provider of your family, being in charge of 2 kids, that perfectionist attitude that I had in the way I loved myself was through my accomplishments and through people liking me and all of that good stuff. That next 6 months, I drowned. I drowned. I couldn't breathe. I hated going to work every day. The only time I had for myself was when I would work out in the morning, and I would make myself work out. I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because it's the only thing that I could do to relax myself. I had recently accepted like a program development kind of extra add-on at work, and I loved it. And I have really grown to love that, but I was drowning. I was focusing so hard on being someone that everyone else wanted me to be and providing for everyone else that I forgot to be me. I forgot to be the mom, the wife, the daughter, the everything. It was awful. And I did this for a good 6 months, and then my world came crashing down on me. My marriage ended unexpectedly, and I'm not going to get in it, but we had grown apart a little bit, but it had ended in one of the worst ways that it could possibly end. And the thing that killed me is that by the time I'd found out that I had been suffocating myself with all of these other things, it was too late. He had moved on. I didn't get a chance to unclog, to uncover, and all of that, because I would have done anything. Granted, obviously, I was not having my priorities correct. I was putting other people first to get their acceptance. But as soon as I had found out that we were coming on a rocky season, I immediately went to therapy to try to find out what I could do. And it was just too late. I was devastated for a girl who just wants to be accepted and loved, who didn't love herself. That was my biggest fear. My therapist told me, you just face your biggest fear in your entire life. Your family got taken away from you. Your house got taken away from you. This is all me. This is my new house. I had to do all of it by myself. But with all of that, I had my family, I had my friends, and I had my fitness community and my family. And they came out from the woodwork. They came out in groves and helped me and supported me and were there for me. And I don't know if I would be here if it wasn't for them, like 100%, because when this happens to you, you get thoughts that you never think that you've ever had in your mind. Like, who needs me? What if I'm not here? Those types of things. So that was hard. At first I played the victim of everything, and I was angry and I was hurt. But as I kind of grew as from a therapy standpoint, and I dug into my faith, I dug into my fitness, I dug into my community of support. I can't say enough. I'm still not where I want to be. I'm looking forward more than I'm looking back. I'm still angry. I'm still hurt that I was never given a chance. But I can tell you 100% that if it wasn't for the community that I surrounded myself with, and yes, it's a fitness community and a health and fitness community, but it's so much more than that. It is self-love and accepting yourself, whatever location, whatever part of your journey you are in. It's learning to accept you, as beautifully imperfect as you are, and showing people that you don't have to be happy all the time. That's what it is. And right now, I just came back from a meeting, and it was hard, and I'm about to go into another very hard portion of my life. But what this has taught me is that community is everything, and having people in your corner is everything. And it helps you stay accountable. It helps you want to be a better person. It helps you accept yourself. Sorry, that's my Instapot cooking chicken. In having that support system is everything. And I just wanted to share my story because I know that I'm not the only person out there that's been like this. I'm learning day in, day out, weekly therapy, that I'm good enough just the way I am. I need to shed all of the stupid shit I've been trying to put on myself, the expectations, the labels, all of that I need to get rid of it, just and be freaking happy and peaceful with who I am. And I just want to share it with people. Like, I want people to not have to get to the point where I went to figure it out. And I want people to be happy and peaceful and all of that good stuff. So I just wanted to come on, give you a little background story about where I've been, where I'm going. Today, I am committing to my 101 days of my morning workouts and my self-love. And I'll get on later to tell you about why it's 101. But it has something to do with Ed Mylett. So if you have not seen or listened to his podcast, I highly suggest it, particularly if you're an athlete, because I love him. So sorry for the shameless plug, but I wanted to come on. I'm Courtney. This is what you see. This is what you get. I'm a single mom. I freaking love Natty Light. I love vodka, but I also like eating healthy, working out. I love having Sunday fun day with my family. I love watching Michigan football. If you bother me on a Saturday afternoon in the fall and you want me to get off of my couch, we're going to have a problem because I'm going to be watching football on Saturday. I'm going to be watching fantasy football and NFL football on a Sunday. So DM me if you want some more info. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you guys got something or could just get a little bit of hope or joy out of this. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.